Hello everyone, Neofizz here, and welcome back to Season 2 of Neofizz playing Minecraft on the Cobblecobble server. And this is episode 27, I believe. And the sun is just coming up, and that's perfect timing. In this episode, I'm going to show you that we're almost done. Whoa, oh wait a second, I better change. Sorry about the last episode, we had it way too loud, and we'll get it to a respectable volume level here. So I'll show you way out in this direction here. Yeah, we've leveled off practically everything except for one tiny little bit, and oh my goodness, this was probably the worst spot here where you can see how high the hill goes, and it came all the way out across there, and that just took me forever to level that down. But all I've got is this one little bit left here. Here, better put our helmet on in case some bad guys show up, but I don't think they're gonna, because we got this so leveled off. And I'm just gonna show you, I've been using the shovel of doom here to level this all down. And as long as it's just dirt, it's not so bad. But once I hit the stone, it's a little slower going. And you can see how fast this dirt goes away. Yes, the shovel of doom just totally wastes that dirt away. And I had a little bit of trouble with my texture pack. My frame rates dropped to an incredible low, so I had to reset all the settings, and when it came back I come out with these smoothed out textures for the smooth stone, so they look a lot smoother than normal. But I'm normally using the Mesa texture pack with the Optifine plugin, and Mesa doesn't recommend that. They recommend using mcpatcher, but the big problem, and I might show you this in the future, is that under mcpatcher the texture doesn't look as good at a distance. It looks actually better up close, but as soon as I look off in the distance, I get all kinds of strange interference patterns. So I don't prefer to use it anymore. I originally was using mcpatcher all the time, but once I got to, oh yeah, gotta get that. That's for sure. We're not gonna leave that stuff behind. Once I tried the optifine, I found that it had settings available that made it easy to make adjustments, so that that interference I would see off in the distance would be nice and clear. So I decided I'll stick with that, even though right up close the textures don't look as good, but they're still acceptable. And the reason I decided I'll show you this last little bit of me doing this is because here I'm in extreme hills, and that was all extreme hills down there as well, but this is the only time that I ran into, see these, there's some black spots here on this smooth stone, and I found out that the reason there's black spots is because these are silverfishes. Yeah, so I thought, well, I'll show you. I'm not going to try and preserve these like I did on Strong Cover. We want to get rid of these nasty little guys. And they give enough experience, though. They're nasty little guys. Under the Mesa texture pack, they look like little robotic rats, and you can see here, because of those, there's still those have the black spots in them. So yeah, it's I guess I should have grab my half slabs when I was here. I don't know if I ever mentioned the numbers here, but if you multiply 256 by 256, you end up with 64,000, which is how many half slabs I've had to lay down here. And at first I didn't think it would be so bad, but now I think, yeah, I must have been crazy. Because by the time I actually finish this, we're getting closer and closer to the 1.7 patch coming up of Minecraft. And it's like, I'll get this done, and then along comes 1.7, and they have to reset the server again, and then that's it. I did all this work for nothing. But I've got a new single player series that I've started up, and I'm gonna use I discovered a seed. I tried a few seeds, and the seed I'm gonna use is going to have a witch hut nearby that isn't in the middle of extreme hills like this. So I should be able to do this without it being nearly as daunting as this was. And I might not even half slab it because there's so much water around. I might just take any land that happens to be around, bring it down to the level of the water and flood it, and just use it as a flooded area instead. That should make it go a lot quicker, because now this is the last of the half slabbing. That's why I'm recording this, so I could show you with me finishing this all off. And it's not too bad. The half slabs go down pretty quick when you've got nice level ground to lay them on like this. But it definitely has been a job, that's for sure. But I'm finally getting it done. But you know, that's not the end of it all, because now I have to go into the caves underneath all of this area and light them all up. But that ought to be more fun, and I'll get to fight the mobs in close quarters and collect resources that I find in the cave, so it shouldn't be too bad. You know, the only resources I've been getting from doing this is basically tons of soil, tons of cobblestone, and tons of sand. Not nearly as much sand as soil. That seems to be what I've collected the most of, is soil. I think I've gotten about 12 double chests of soil out of the deal doing this. But that's not so bad, because what I'm thinking is what I'm probably going to do here. Oh, it looks like we're going to have some extra half slabs. Yay! So this is all done. Wow! So we can go back home now. All done. The whole thing completed. Yay. So I've been piling up all my extra stuff out here, and it's not as big a pile as it was, because I've moved a lot of it out to my shop, because people have been buying some of these resources off of me. Oh, there's a little more soil here. There. Alright. So just put this stuff away. This goes here. Oh, no, here. This goes there, and I'll keep a few extras with me. Oops, I didn't get rid of all the half slabs. Half height slabs, that is. Where was I putting them? Here? Here? There. There's where I was putting them. So I've got a few extra of these oak slabs, but hey, I'll use them for something. And you know, in our last episode, we were looking at, oh yeah, and here comes all the villagers again. We were looking at the ice cube tray that I made, and at the end of it I said it looks good and I liked it, and then after I was done recording I looked at it and I went, oh my god, this thing is ugly. I mean, like, ugly. I mean, like, let me get away from these silly villagers, they're so noisy with their I mean, like, ugly hardly expresses what it looked like. It was lopsided and uneven and bad looking and everything. I mean, like, this thing was so ugly. If you looked up ugly in a picture dictionary, you would have seen a picture of this thing. So what I did was I went around it and changed it. I leveled it all out, I squared it all up, I changed the stairway to it and stuff, so you can see it looks a lot better now. And it might be ready to harvest, so maybe I'll do that while I'm here talking about it. And I have gathered a fair amount of ice from it. I think I've gotten up to about a chest of ice out of it now. Oh no, it's still not quite frozen. It's getting close though. There's only a few pieces left to freeze here. And once when I come up here, there was fuzzy guys in here. And I had to, be really careful killing them so that they wouldn't kill me in the process. And that's when I decided to put these jack-o'-lanterns all the way around the edge. And I measured it out and figured, yeah, if I put them right on the edge, their light levels will be low enough by the time they get to this edge that they won't melt the ice on me. So they don't. And, oh yeah, there's 3 left to freeze here now. And then I also decided to cover up the redstone. I did that before I put the jack-o'-lanterns in because I realized that mobs could spawn on that redstone. So I was trying to minimize the amount of space they could spawn on. So I covered the redstone with glass. And then after I covered it with glass, I realized, okay, that kind of gives them a stepping way to get up over the wall. So I raised the height of the wall. So the wall's 2 higher here now. And actually, I should show you. If we hold on for just a minute here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this back up using mcpatcher just so you can see what this looks like with that, because it does look different. So hold on. Alright, so we're back, and here you can see how this looks when I'm using mcpatcher to play with the Missa texture pack. Things look a little bit different. Particularly the glass has got the textures all connected, and you can see the glass itself has this kind of nice sheen to it, if you look carefully. It isn't until you're outside that you can see it most well. And it doesn't show up that good, but you can see that there's a surface there. Whereas when I do this, but you can see off in the distance, ooh, yeah, see, it looks kind of rough out in the distance though when I do this. And I was sort of used to that until I saw how it looked using the optifine, and everything resolved out so much better at a distance. I decided to stick with that. So even though I like the texture for the glass as well as a number of other things, I didn't like how things looked in the distance. And it's mostly the grass that looks so bad at it through the distance. You can see the trees don't look so bad, but you can see the vertical and horizontal lines for structures of glass don't look that good at a distance. So that's why I decided not to stick with that, I really do like the texture of the glass, but that's about the only thing that I'm incredibly hooked on. And some of the blocks look a little bit better. The textures on the blocks are a bit better as well too. But you can see why I stick with the optifine instead. So we're going to bop back to that now. There, and now we're back to the optifine. So yeah, I think I get more smoother frame rate with it as well. As well as things look so much better at a distance. So that's why I'm sticking with it. Mostly because of the smoother frame rate and how much better things at a distance look. So I'm willing to accept the slightly different looking block up close, and some of the details being gone that you get when you're using mcpatcher in exchange for having everything better at a distance and to get the smoother frame rate. So, and I have to apologize. In a previous episode, I said that Optifine was having difficulties with the distancing, and I found out from testing that wasn't necessarily true. There's I believe now that there's a setting in the server that is restricting how far chunks can load for me and how far I can see with it. So, because when I went to start my new single player under the optifine, I was getting much further render distances out of that. So I figure there must be a setting in the server that's restricting how far you can see, mostly to keep people from lagging it too much, from having incredibly long distance chunks loading all the time. And up they all come. So we're ready to freeze again. I really like how well this works. I get really rapid freezing. You can see it instantly starts to freeze the blocks. This is working out really well. Yeah, so I very slightly altered the redstone inside so that I could tighten up the edges on this, because this was sticking out a little bit more than it should have there. But you can see I've got a nice even build now, and I like it that way. So yeah, I brought this more directly down here instead of, because I did have a block going out this way to bring the redstone around, and then realized, yeah, I don't have to do that. But you know, this is kind of nasty here. I popped that piece of redstone in there, and I have not been able to remove it. It seems to be there for good. Darn dum diddly do. I think if I removed this block, then it would go away. But right now with this operating, I don't want to remove the block. And I lit things more evenly here. I used pretty much, yay. Yeah, that does occasionally happen. I used a pretty much standard lighting distance inside here now, so everything's very evenly lit up and looks really good, and it's safe in here all the time now. So big bubbles, no troubles, eh? Yeah, so in a future episode, not this one, I did check the lighting inside here, and I'm getting good lighting till I get to about here. Right about here is where it drops off, so there's still a small, maybe, you know, 6 or 7 by 7 square in the middle where the light's low enough, and we have a few spots here that they can spawn. But it's not too bad. It's I really don't need all this glass covering the redstone, but I'm going to leave it for now. I might change it in the near future. Oh, look at that! How'd that block get up there? Somehow bounced up on me. Yeah. So I was missing one. So, yeah, nothing special on this episode, except I just wanted to show you the very final ending of that slabbing getting done. So now the whole thing out there is, and I didn't show you, yeah, I finally did remove that tree that was here, and I had a bank of trees under this glass ceiling here as well, and I took them out because they were obstructing my view of all this here. So now it's a smoother run to get out here. I could change things a little bit more too, like maybe raise the ground here and along here, but this is more of what the natural terrain was, and I wanted to leave it that way. We haven't used the zombie grinder for some time now, but I will quickly show you here that I think the next build I'm going to do is going to be the slime farm. and that's down this way. And before I built that, I decided I was going to see if it can be expanded any, but I haven't had any luck with it yet. So yeah, you can see those single glass panes have smooth connected textures, but the blocks don't connect. So what I had done here is this chunk and this chunk over here are confirmed slime chunks, and I'm going to build a farm based on that. But I thought, it'd be better if I had at least 3, so I decided I'll cut out another chunk here and section that off and see if anything spawns, and so far nothing has spawned. And if I had 4, that'd be even better, so I cut out these 2 chunks as well, but nothing has spawned in here either. So oh, where's that water flowing? I can hear it flowing. I don't know if you can hear it flowing. It's either right under me or right above me. But yeah, yeah, don't you just love the zany wall? That's from the anti-X-ray plugin. And if I punch it, then it clears up. But you know, it's it's still very annoying. I don't like it. So when I do this build, I won't leave these walls plain like that. I will probably use smooth stone bricks to cover the walls so that I don't get that changing occurring. And all this extra space around the actual farm, I'll make use of it for something or other. I'm not positive at the moment. I might make a farm of some sort out of it. Or who knows, maybe I'll put some living quarters down here. Build something bigger inside. But that's about it. In the future, I'll be making the slime farm, and I'll show you my build on that. And I also need to set up the lighting for the center of the ice farm, and I'll probably show you the build on that next as well too. So that's about it for now, though. Sorry if it wasn't a real exciting big build episode, but yeah, we at least got the slabbing all done out there on the witch farm, and we just need to light the caves, and I'll have to do an episode of me doing some cave lighting there, because that ought to be exciting. With I expect I'm going to run into a lot of mobs down there now that they can't spawn up on the surface, so that ought to be fun. And yeah, so that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for coming by, and everybody take care, and until next time, this is Neofizz, signing out.